we went through working with loops, and I think we left off with the iPairs function to iterate through indexed arrays. Indexed arrays are arrays whose keys are numbers, but we know that we can create tables that have indexes that are not numbers. It can in fact be any data type. It could be numbers, Boolean, strings, other tables, or even functions. So how do we iterate through those type of tables? Lua actually makes it pretty simple. So let's start off with our fruits array again. And we'll enter in our for loop. So as you can see here, we are using the pairs function. And instead of receiving an index and value like we would in the iPairs function, we just have the key. And from the key, we can get the value by putting the key, by specifying the key in the table. And so basically, your key is the name of the fruit, and the color is the value. And so we were able to go through. But you notice that the order is not correct. Well, that's because unlike an indexed array, which is ordered by number, key value tables or associated arrays do not have an order, because there's really no way to order it, because you could have numbers, Booleans, any type of data type. So the pairs function is just going to go ahead and grab whatever in whatever order it wants to, and that's how your output is going to come out. But if you did want to return all the values, the keys and the values in this array, you would have to set up your array a little bit differently. And so here's how I did it. And basically you can see here that I've rewritten the fruits array. It's an indexed array where each item in the array is a associated array, or a key value pair. And in this case, fruits 1 is a key value, apples and red. Fruits 2 contains banana, yellow. Fruits 3, orange, and so forth. So how do we iterate through this? We can't just use the iPairs function, and we can't just use the pairs function for this. So in this case, we'll have to use both. And there you go. And you can see that the order is preserved, because in this case, the order is actually indexed. So let's take a look at how this function works. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the index. We're going to get the index and value. So the outer for loop, we're going to start off with, let's say, the first item, where index equals 1. And it's going to return V, which is our associated array. So now that we have that, we're going to perform another for loop. And in this case, it's only going to run once, because in each item, there's only one item. So we're going to run the pairs function. It's going to return, we're going to run the pairs function, and we're going to pass in V, which is our associated array. And we're going to just grab the key. We're just going to grab just the key, which is going to be apple. We can get red by specifying the key with the array, with the associative array. So in this case, the VK specifies that the value of the index array, in this case, index is 1. V then becomes apples equals red, and we're specifying, hey, get us the value for apples, and it returns you red. And basically it does the same thing for all 4 items. So you can do a lot of complex things with for loops. Definitely if you're using tables in Lua, you would definitely be using for loops. Now, that's not to say that you cannot use while loops and repeat loops to traverse through arrays. You definitely can, but the for loop just makes it a lot easier just because of the pairs function and the iPairs function. So that's something that you will definitely want to play around with and become very familiar with if you're going to be using tables in your program.